around.
Yeah, but
Proud.
my kids every day. Well, all my two of my younger kids. I have four, so I guess my kids just two of them. Two
A
of them.
couple of them, just
Yeah,
a few of
yeah, a
them.
few of them. They do Orange Friday every week. Jackson, I think he'll start doing Orange Friday now since he's going to school there.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'll have three out of the four. The fourth one,
Very cool.
we'll get him over there too. All right, Brad. Since it's 15 days from major college football starting.
Ooh, yes, it is.
All
right, we're up.
15 days from major college football starting. I thought it would be a good question to ask. Who is your favorite college or pro football player that has ever wore the number 15?
My goodness, I can't say Mahomes because he's Chiefs and I'm a Raider fan. Although he
is a
good.
15.
Yep. I would say college or pro, probably Tebow.
Oh man, you
Man,
stole
he was a
mine. That's where I was. I was
phenomenal
going with
athlete,
Tebow.
man. I'm glad you asked me first.
Yeah, you stole my answer. So now I got to use somebody else. Maybe I'll go Mahomes, but I'm going to go with Tebow too. I mean,
Yeah.
even if you just take all his off the field stuff and just say, hey, I like this guy because of his off the field stuff and the guy he actually is. But man, he was exciting to watch. And I'm a Tennessee fan, and that's a Florida player. You got to give the guy props.
You never knew when he had the ball in his hands.
It was
could
Tebow
happen.
time.
Yep. I wish he would have had a better shake in the pros. I don't know exactly what happened.
Something
I think
happened.
there was just too much surrounding him, But he was a good athlete, man. He's a great athlete.
Yeah, he's great.
See, who all has worn the 15 that's been a standout player?
There was only like a list of 10 players.
Yeah, it's
that
not been a whole lot.
Golden Tate was one. Bart Starr was one. I mean, think about how
Starr.
far back
You're
you got to
going
go
down.
to way Bart Starr. Mahomes was one, obviously. But there were only like 10 major players that you could say, hey, I've ever heard of that guy that had wore 15.
Right. I'm trying to remember. I mentioned Nick Lowry earlier, jokingly, but I don't think he was 15 though. He might have been number one. He was their kicker. I think he was, or maybe still is, the all-time leading scorer for the Chiefs.
I may still have the list up. Give
It's
me
bad
just a
when
second.
I know a kicker, you
Well,
might have a 20-year career, but they shouldn't be the leading scorer for
Yeah, but you think
franchise.
about if you got 100 touchdowns a year and you kick an extra point every one of them, that's 100 points
points.
just from the kicker.
And then the threes
And
on
then the
top of
threes
that.
on top of it. Kickers are usually the number one scoring player on a football team because they score every single time. But they should. Every what's the old saying? Every drive should end with a kick, an extra point or a field goal.
And
Worst case scenario, a punt.
a worst
punt.
punt.
Yeah. Don't ever end a one with a turnover.
Right.
So that's a favorite 15s. The next week's will be fun. 8.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put some thought into that.
8s next week. I mean, you can just think of some 8s right off the bat. You got Steve Young.
Aikman.
You've got Aikman. You've got Lamar.
You said Steve Young.
Steve
Yeah,
Young.
Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar. You've got some Falcons. You got Kyle Pitts, which he looks like he may be a bust.
So you're reaching on that.
I'm reaching on that one.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, but there are some good 8s. I mean, shoot, we just named 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Lamar, I don't know if he's going to get Hall of Fame level, but he's got the possibility.
He's got
of
the
getting there.
ability.
Yeah,
Just needs the team, I guess.
yeah. So you got some good 8s there.
All right. Crazy 8s.
Crazy 8s, and I'm trying to think. Well, Kobe wore 8, but he doesn't count.
Basketball.
Let's see.
Can't hang with the football players.
I'm trying to think of any just off the top of my head, but no.
I think we named about all of them.
All right, what you got going on this weekend?
Oh, my goodness. First of all, thanks, Jim, for tuning in. Appreciate you watching. Drop us a comment and let us know how goofy we are. This weekend, probably hit the Saturday market on the square. It's a good place to always get. There's a couple of vendors who have some really good cheese spread that they make. I'm addicted. Man, that's some good stuff. But other than that, might be doing an open house Sunday. Hopefully won't need one. But yeah, pretty relaxed really for the summer weekend.
Tell me about that listing you're doing the open house on.
If we do it, yeah, it'll be 250. It's out in Bell Buckle. It's 215 Cayenne Road. All the roads in there. It's was it
They're all
Pepper Hill Estates. So they're all named after different chilies. But this one's Cayenne. It's 1,200 square feet, sitting on an acre. Has new windows, new roof, new HVAC, new water heater. He's ready to sell. Has a very deep detached 2-car garage and also another shed, 20 by 18. So a lot of storage, a lot of places for a man to escape out there, and but it's on the market now for $305. Sweet. Yes.
Awesome.
Hello, Marcia. Thank you for tuning in.
All right, the question of the week. I've gone back and forth with this one because it kind of we've been asking my number one question of responses for the week, and I'm kind of been going back and forth. Do I want to ask the question that actually got the most responses because it went into a firestorm? But that's the rules of the BS show. Yeah. The number one question of the week this week was, what football stadium has the worst atmosphere?
That is a very good for debate.
Yeah, and being in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, we have a local university that has a football team that I'm an alma mater. It's my alma mater. I'm an alumnus of that university. I want them to do well. They had the most votes.
Yeah, understandable. I haven't been to many different football stadiums for a game anyway, and I agree. It's not, a couple people that got mad about it, but they need to understand what people are saying. Need to listen. Nobody knows when the games are.
That was one of my complaints.
When you are there, it's very obvious nobody knows when they are because
not even. No, you can count the people.
You can fill up one end zone maybe with the crowd, but I don't know. The people in charge don't seem to get it, and they don't seem to care. I ain't gonna lie.
You and I have been doing with the BS show for 5 years probably. We've had this discussion on the BS show multiple times. Over 5 years. So, it's not like this is a new discussion.
Yeah.
I will give credit where credit is due. The associate athletic director got tagged on that post.
Okay.
He started calling people that had a problem with MTSU and saying, let's sit down and talk. Let's fix this together. Let's get people in the stands.
Yeah, that's what they need to be doing.
That's what they need to be doing.
They need to have all the association be doing that for people.
Yeah, so I've got to give credit. I'm going out to lunch with him the week after next because I'm going to sit down with him. Let's fix some of this stuff because, like I said, I am an alumni of the university and I want them to do well. But I would love for them to do awesome. Yeah.
Packing out, because when I first moved here, you would go there. It's loud. Blue Raider stuff everywhere. Had that big helmet up on the corner.
Oh, when you first came here, you're talking about when you first moved here.
Yeah, I moved here.
So that's when they were getting ready to make the jump to Division I, and they were trying to get the community involved. They were giving tickets away. They were going to
awesome.
Football players were showing up to businesses to try to get people excited. They were out in the community getting people excited about MTSU football, and it's like once they got to D1 and got what they needed, deuces.
That's when they need more support.
That's when they need more
support. It's harder on the players. They're playing some serious teams, man, and it would have to be tough if you're passionate about playing and walk out there, jog out on the field, and you could literally talk to somebody across the field. It's so quiet in there.
Hey, and not scream, just talk.
Yeah, it's really.
There's no problem at all calling an audible.
Okay. So, hey guys, we're going to change up the play.
Yeah. Hey, we're good.
They're like, okay, calm down.
Wide receiver, we're doing this.
Yeah. But, I hope they do. I would love to go there. I would go more, but it's just it's not fun.
One of the things that somebody had brought up on this thread, and like I said, I did not mean to cause I ask these questions every day.
You loved it.
I ask these questions every day to provoke thought, to people get out of their negativity. So I didn't ask this for a firestorm. But one of the things that somebody brought up, and it is perfectly the right thing, get all the true blue people out of the way that think MTSU does no wrong.
Yeah.
If you don't think
they're looking to improve all the time.
If you don't think they're doing anything wrong and all the stadiums are empty, you're part of the problem.
Oh, yeah. It's obvious, yeah.
It's obvious that something is wrong.
And I'll say something that I don't know if it was brought up on your thread or not, but clinging to the coach who can't produce a winning season,
That was a mediocre season, 500 seasons.
Yeah, if he's lucky, and that's winning bowl games, I think is how we're standing. But, I mean, that's a huge thing, too. If they're winning, that'd also bring a little more support.
Well, in his defense, I will defend them when they need defended. In his defense, how can you fire the guy and buy his contract out when nobody shows up? How are you going to afford it? And he has had some 9 and 10 win seasons, so he has had some winning seasons.
It's been a while, but
he's won bowl games. And in the old days, and we've talked about that on the show prior. In the old days, people would say, "Well, if you played some teams that people have heard of, we would show up."
Right.
Georgia Tech, Minnesota, Virginia, Mississippi State.
Then they throw them to Alabama, UT, and Arkansas or something.
Alabama, UT, Notre Dame, those big name schools. They're not coming here.
No, they're not.
Now they'll buy a game for MTSU to go there. That's fine, but they're not coming here.
Yeah.
But you've had
we've had some big
teams here, and guess what? Stadium still wasn't full.
Yeah.
Oh, well, beat a big team and we'll show up. They've beat Miami. They've beat Georgia Tech. They've beat Minnesota. Mm-hmm. They've beat these big teams, Virginia. They've beat these big teams too. And guess what? Still didn't show up.
Which game? I think it was Virginia. Chris Long was still in college, Howie Long's son. Mm-hmm. And I was at that game. And was it the one where they scored the most points?
Oh, that was Utah State versus MTSU. It was like 70 to 59.
Yeah, they each just kept scoring over and over. Yeah. But it seemed like there was something with Virginia. Maybe they just gave them a really good run. But that was a pretty hype crowd then. But you're still talking that was 10-plus years ago.
Utah State, I'll have to go back and look it up. I was in college then.
Right.
Yeah, my fraternity left early because MTSU got behind and came back and won, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. It was huge, man.
And
it was great.
It was like the fourth quarter, and we were like, it was cold that night too, if I remember.
Yeah.
And we were like, all right, we're gonna go do something else. And your fraternity guys in college, so
there's always something
else. There's something else to do. But we went and did something else. But those were those teams right there. They were exciting. They threw the ball all over the field. Mm-hmm. That was a different coach, too.
Yeah.
So, if you look, again, we're not bashing that. We are talking about a post that was on Facebook that people responded to. We support MTSU.
We want them to do good.
I am a 3-sport season ticket holder for MTSU. So, I support MTSU. They get my money. I'm not bashing them. I'm talking about what was on the post.
We're passionate fans who want them to do good.
Look, we are guys that watch a lot of football. Mm-hmm. So, that's it.
Shoot, the way they play, I might go suit up and try my hand out there.
How many years of eligibility do I have left? And, hey, we have an ex-MTSU football player that is a realtor in our office. Jason Gully.
Okay. He can tell some good stories.
Yeah, he was a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
All right, Sean's listening. 2814 Apache Moon Circle in Indian Hills. No HOA. This house does not belong to the Indian Hills HOA.
Don't know how it works.
Don't know how it works, but that's how it is. It's a Victorian-style house. It is the only vinyl house in the neighborhood, but it does give it character. The big wraparound front porch. Who cares?
Corner lot. That porch is awesome.
The porch is awesome. You can walk to Bojangles. You can walk to the playground after you take your kids to Bojangles.
Theoretically, you could walk to anywhere.
You could, yeah. Well, look, let's put it this way. I can walk to Bojangles, and I can walk to the playground. I'm not talking about these people that walk everywhere. Look, I'm not one of the disciples. I'm not walking all over earth.
You got them sandals, leather sandals.
Yeah, not wearing those leather sandals. I'm going to do my thing. But look, it's really conveniently located. It's right. I mean, you could walk to the clubhouse for the golf course. Mm-hmm. Get on 24 easily, go to Kroger easily, go to Joe B. Jackson, Walmart.
Hit the Walmart.
Here very soon, you would be just a quick stroll over to Buc-ee's.
Oh, Lord, Buc-ee's.
You'll be able to smell Buc-ee's brisket from your house.
Yeah, I'll be able to smell it because I'll be in there.
I'll gain 100. If I lived where you live, when Buc-ee's opens, I'd gain 100 pounds because I'd be going, I need some brisket. Let's see you later.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah, get some Buc-ee nuggets all the time.
Bucky Nugs.
All right, Brad. This week we did not do a word of real estate. I guess down payment is what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
There is a misconception that down payments have to be 20% or greater.
It is odd at this day and time that a lot of people do think that that's the only way to get into a house.
Yeah, it's not. You can get a loan with 0% down. Now there are usually some income things with the 0% downs or some kind of maybe something you have to do. But look, anybody can get a 5% down loan. Pretty much anybody can get a 3.5% down loan. You do not have to have 20% down.
Yeah, not at all.
And if you're going to tell me that now's a terrible time to buy because interest rates are high, we are appreciating at 7.7% currently for the year.
Yeah.
So while you wait for interest rates to drop, the prices are going up.
Right.
So that $400,000 house is going to go up $28,000.
So what's going to happen once interest rates do drop with the demand and inventory? Demand's going to go up, inventory's going down, prices go up faster.
I'm telling you right now,
these cash buyers will be back in the game.
When rates get back in the fives, and I'm not even talking about the low fives, when they stick about 5.7 for everybody that wants to get a loan, you better bully lock the door because it's going to be worse than it was in 2020 or 2021. And if you don't believe me, hide and watch.
Yeah. But you realtors raising all the prices on everything. No,
market dictates it. Supply and demand. We have 83 people a day moving to the Nashville area. Guess what? Murfreesboro and Franklin are in the Nashville area. So most people, when they come in from out of state, they search real estate near Nashville. They look at houses in Murfreesboro, in Franklin, in Spring Hill, in Gallatin, in Mount Juliet, Hendersonville, Lebanon.
It's like we look at houses in Nashville, and then in 2 seconds, what's around Nashville?
Yeah, they look about 45 miles in diameter of Nashville. So if you're in 45 miles in diameter of Nashville, or radius of Nashville.
Yeah,
Radius.
Using them big college words.
I had to think of my geometry for a minute. Diameter was the whole circle. Well, no, 40, a little bit more than 40. Radius. Yeah. It'd be like 90 miles diameter.
Right. I guess, yeah. I was out that day.
Yeah. Woohoo. Let's get on a whole discussion of mean and median.
Right. There you go.
There's a big confusion.
Did you say meat?
Yes, meat. You are meat.
Turkey?
All right, news story of the day, Brad.
Oh, Lord, what we got?
This one was, I was half asleep. It was 4:30 in the morning when my alarm went off. I was awake, but my alarm went off. And the news was already on. I already had the news on. And there's breaking news. Man arrested in Arkansas. And I took a picture of this. Man arrested in Arkansas after applying to be a police officer.
Well, that's cool.
The man was wanted in Mississippi.
Oh, man.
He had a felony warrant out for his arrest. And he decided he wanted to be a police officer in a different state. I guess he went in for the job interview and they put cuffs on him.
They came to them.
There was do you remember a couple years ago there was a bust, and I don't remember where it was, and I think we even had a news story, you can't believe, on this several years ago, that they sent a bunch of Super Bowl party invites.
Yeah, something like that.
To like a whole bunch of felons, and said you had to show up, and if you showed up, you got your free gift and the chance to win a Super Bowl ticket or something.
Yeah.
And like 900 people showed up.
They all got them, man. You imagine?
Some people. That's right. Some people.
Yeah, that's. I heard this week the Chiefs, the guy, self-proclaimed #1 fan, like dresses up, paints, and everything.
Yeah.
And he got arrested for bank robbery in several states.
Was he dressed up like the Chief guy?
Lord, I don't know. He's gonna get dressed up.
How about the group of Native Americans that have now sued the Washington Commanders to change their name back to Redskins?
Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. That whole discussion is, to me, you're putting that mascot on a pedestal. You're worshiping that in a way,
Yeah.
Never understood removing it, but
Well, I didn't realize that they can't use Commanders. It's trademarked for somebody else, so they have to change their name.
wow.
They don't have a choice.
You think they
would?
done
I
some
would have
due
thought they
diligence
would have
on that?
checked that beforehand. You know what? We're going to go through the list of possible names.
Remember while they were the football team, wasn't
Yeah.
that one season, the Washington football team or something?
That's right.
I think during that time they could have figured that out.
All right, let's go through some names. All right, we got Redskins. We can't use that one anymore. Football team is stupid. We're not going to use that one anymore. All right, we got 5 other names. Admirals. Is that good? What about Army guys? All right, sorry, we can't use Admirals anymore. All right, Pixies. No, that's
what it
something.
should be.
That's that. Okay. Commanders. Oh, Commanders is good. We like that.
Yeah, let's use that.
Let's use that. No discussion on, hey, is this trademarked?
Yeah.
Can we even legally use this name?
So is it trademarked by another pro team?
Trademarked by
a former?
something. Another team, Washington Commanders, is trademarked.
Wow, that's crazy.
And it was trademarked, I think it was all the way back in the 1970s or 1980s. And it is still an active thing.
That's fine. Maybe they did it in the hopes that they would
Give
buy
up
the
the-
name or, yeah.
You know why Pepsi, I was reading this the other day, Pepsi had to give up the name of the soda Sierra Mist.
Really?
Sierra Mist is one of these influencers on social media. This girl goes by the name Sierra Mist. Like, that's her call name, and it has been since like AOL Instant Messenger days.
No kidding.
So
Wow.
she's been Sierra Mist all the way back when Pepsi had 7-Up, before they'd even launched Sierra Mist.
Yeah.
I guess I do not follow her or anything, so I do not know what this. But I guess she had some racy stuff get put on TikTok or Insta or something like that, and Pepsi sued her for improper use of the word Sierra Mist, and she was able to go to court and prove that she used Sierra Mist longer than Pepsi did. So
That's funny.
she countersued and won lots of money.
Wow. That's wild.
So now they're Starry now or something like that?
I don't even know. I never knew nothing about
Yeah,
that.
it's changed names. It's no longer Sierra Mist. It's like Starry or Starry or something like that.
That's funny.
But
Crazy times.
shoot, how do you remember? I was Sierra Mist in
Yeah, really.
1994.
Yeah, she was
Finally, it happened.
like, yeah.
She won the lottery. All right, Brad, that's it. I'm going to Disney World.